Hello, beautiful people. Today we are going to be playing Fortnite. Let me turn on the light in here because it is really dark. And we are back, guys. Let's play Fortnite. Sorry, it actually took me a while. I was actually supposed to play Fortnite once I got home, but I wanted to start by playing some Minecraft first. So that's what I did. I played some Minecraft with one of my friends, and I modded the world that we're playing on. I'm going to add a lucky block mod. And then I'm probably going to do something else. No, it's crazy. Actually, it does take Waffle a long time to respond. No joke. Actually, she said that in the stream, and I'm like, she's not lying. She actually takes forever. So I DM her, right? It takes her almost 3 to 4 days to respond back, which is just diabolical. But I guess it's fine. I don't really mind. Sorry if I only respond back in Cocoa or plus yours because I struggle to speak. It's fine. It's fine, Waffle. She has a very beautiful model, though, for a VTuber, though. And guys, yes.
I'm officially a free agent, and I'm totally open to going anywhere. So who wants? Just sign with the Chiefs and save us all the trouble. We all know that's where this is going. What makes you say that? Other than the obvious wink and the fact that you probably regretted leaving Kansas City the moment you did it. We don't really want you that bad anyway. You're 32 and you just snapped your leg like a stale breadstick. And you were smiling about it. Clearly you're not in good shape, physically or mentally. I could have been getting eaten alive by piranhas. Anything that meant I didn't have to play for the Dolphins or catch passes from Mushbrain anymore was going to make me smile. Whatever, you guys are no fun. Chiefs, let's get this. Mahomes Tyreek connection is back and better than ever. By better than ever, do you mean they both had broken legs this time? Shut up.
Shut up.
All right, everyone, I'm officially a free agent, and I'm totally open to going anywhere.
Just wings at him. Solo leveling! Ooh! I love solo leveling, but guys, I'm too broke to afford anything. Oh, what's that? I need you! Shut up, song. Shut up. This ain't about you today. Songjin Woo, I need you! Because I love solo leveling. Solo leveling is the best, guys. It's one of the best animes in the world. Hands down, one of the best animes in the world. I'm going to play some OG.
I just want some budgeting app. What? How? Base 44. Look.
Base 44, shut up.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. You're going to be watching part 2 of the behind the scenes for Brooklyn guys Lego problem, so if you guys don't mind
Ah!
to chill if you have notes already. Let me know what you think of the video down in the comment
It's
section below. And I'll see you guys
Garrett. Go away! I don't have a mic, so I don't know what you want from me, Paris. So now I'm good.
Dude, where's your sword? Oh, I lost it. No, it flew away. Which one? I don't know. I closed the door. Yeah, I came in through the window. You should walk. Because people. Go away. This is the Batmobile. Yeah, you got a little Batman in there.
You were able to climb through a window to the second story without breaking it.
You keep breaking Lego. How about this? Oh, wager. If you can beat me in a game, you can solve my riddles 3.
Oh my god,
We're choosing. I will clean all those Lego stuff.
Oh my god, bro.
I get to show you more of my Lego. I get to bring more Legos to the house. Like, I'm not going to do that. No. Just show me. It did break. Like I said, show me. I just show you more Legos in your
Actually, wait, hold on.
Everybody, how is everybody doing today? We're almost full swing here in the 2026 NFL offseason. Players can now be tagged, teams can re-sign their players, and we're going to really get things to heat up very soon. And I was actually going to make a video, which I'm still going to do, kind of my trade ideas for the 2026 NFL offseason. And ESPN just dropped an article of about 13 trades, I believe, that they are going to propose for this offseason. So I thought this would be a really fun idea to react to, or article to react to. This is from the article. We really love the stuff over there at ESPN. So we're going to just kind of figure out if I like, dislike these trade proposals. And I would love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below as well. So let's get into this just right off the bat. I'll leave a link to the article in the description as well. The Jets get their quarterback one. Kyler Murray going to the Jets, and a 2026 sixth rounder for a 2026 fourth round pick. Now, the Jets have a ton of draft capital on the 26th draft and the 27th draft. And you know what? Like, for this price tag, I honestly don't hate it a lot. Now, off the top of my head, I'm not really sure how much this would hamstring either team financially going forward. I mean, yeah, Kyler Murray's going to have a decent cap hit over the next 2 seasons, but honestly, this gives the Jets at least somewhat of a higher upside swing in the 2026 season. Aaron Glenn is most likely coaching for his job as well. I still don't get why they moved on Tanner Enstred, because I actually thought he was like a young, good-minded offensive coordinator that could develop their next guy. They end up bringing in. They end up firing him. They bring in Frank Reich. I mean, that's not really super exciting, but you would give Kyler Murray at least a veteran offensive coordinator. You give him Garrett Wilson. I'm going to assume Brees Hall's back, a solid offensive line as well. You know what? For this price tag, I honestly don't hate it for the Jets. The only thing I could think of is, like, does this basically hurt their chances of getting a top pick in the 2027 draft? I mean, I don't really know how Garrett Bougie would feel about that. I don't really know how Aaron Glenn would feel about that, because if the Jets end up with the worst record in 2026 for the 27 draft, Aaron Glenn is most likely fired. Now, if they get that first overall pick, possibly from the Dallas Cowboys in that Green Bay Dallas swap or the Indianapolis Colts, then that's pretty good. This is basically Caleb Williams 2.0, and Kyler Murray can at least make the Jets.
Oh my god, why are there so many people landing over here? Like, why? Like, I want to land there because I know I can get good loot or like some stuff to get loot. And then there's 1,000 players landing there.
What if we take a small amount of spinal fluid from a Titan shifter and feed it to a pure Titan? Would the Titan gain shifting powers? We know that to inherit a shifter's power, a pure Titan needs to consume the shifter's spinal fluid, and that usually means the shifter dies because they get eaten. But what if we take a small amount of spinal fluid without killing the shifter, then give it to a pure Titan? Would the pure Titan gain the power? Well, you basically just described Titan serum. That's literally what Titan serum is. A small amount of Titan spinal fluid extracted and turned into an injection. And what does it do? It doesn't make you a shifter. It just turns you into a pure Titan. To actually inherit the power of a shifter, the pure Titan needs to consume the shifter fully, meaning the spinal fluid, the nape, everything. A tiny amount isn't enough to transfer the full Titan core. If a small amount was enough, Marley would have been farming spinal fluid and creating an entire Titan shifter army. And if you tried taking the entire spinal fluid from a shifter to give it to someone else, the shifter wouldn't survive anyway. So yeah, sadly, there's no loophole. What do you think? What if we take a
go in a different direction this offseason? I have no idea who Mike LaFleur's quarterback will be next year. I don't think it should be Jacoby Brissett. I mean, it does elevate your floor a little bit next year. Maybe the Cardinals are better off kind of just viewing next year as a punt year, and then maybe they end up with a top pick in the 2027 draft as well. If that's the price tag for the Jets, I honestly don't hate it. I'd rather that than them trading for Derek Carr this offseason or bringing in a veteran. I mean, yeah, I kind of like the idea of just like Anthony Richardson. You just take a high upside swing this offseason. Hey, it's good, and you end up going 8-9. You found your franchise quarterback, or it'd be something like that. And if you're bad, you're going to get a top pick in the 2027 draft either way. I don't think Darren Bougie, the main decision maker in New York, is going to get let go next year. I would be shocked. Joe Douglas was there for a decent amount. Aaron Glenn, though, could be on the hot seat. We'll see, though. Maybe Kyler Murray and the Jets still win like 4 games or so, but the offense looks better, and it's the defense that's just kind of getting disintegrated next year. Like his Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner are no longer there. You mentioned that the Cardinals are going to save $34 million on their cap for 26, and then that's $78 million or so in cash over the next 2 years. So I think, honestly, it's a decent amount of money for the Cardinals. I don't know if they would be able to beat Willis' team. I don't know if they would take a swing on somebody else this offseason that could potentially be traded. So this one here, whoa, oh my God, okay. DJ Moore and a 2026 first-round pick for the Bears for Max Crosby and a 2027 fifth-rounder. That is kind of insane. So the Chicago Bears are picking 25 right now, and we're going to get them Max Crosby. I mean, I love that idea. I love the idea of Max Crosby in Chicago. That's exactly what they need. I mean, Max Crosby, and then you hope a bounce back year for Montez Sweat on that defensive line. We'll see if Grady Jarrett's there next year. They got Deo Odengbo last offseason. We'll see if Shamar Turner is going to be anything for them in 2026. I mean, this excites me a lot. Max Crosby in Chicago. I mean, I'm okay trading DJ Moore. And who are you going to take maybe at pick 25? Katie McDonald. I think you're very lucky if Caleb Banks is there. You're probably – I don't think it catches Howell. I think CJ Parker is like the range you could end up with. Maybe Akeem Mesidor as well. Barnwell mentions that his 3-year, $106 million extension was structured to make a trade before the 26 season financially palatable. And yeah, John Spytek, I don't think even that extension, right? That was the previous regime as well. I think that was Tom Telesco. So this would be a big swing for the Bears, which I don't hate. And honestly, if it's that 3-year extension, it's really not going to overlap with a Caleb Williams extension. So it's not really going to financially hamstring you long term. And you want to move on from DJ Moore. You'd save some money with that trade. And you have Luther Burden. You have Roma Dunze. Olumide Zaccheaus can be your wide receiver 3. He was a solid wide receiver for you last year. And then you still have Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland this offseason. I mean, yeah, I think I like this a lot for the Bears. For the Raiders, they definitely need, I think, a better wide receiver out there. Hopefully they play Jack Rush and Dante Thornton more next year. Trey Tucker was fine for this team. Obviously, Brock Bowers is like the main target for this offense under Clint Kubiak, and maybe we'll see if it's Fernando Mendoza, most likely. I mean, you're probably not loving this return if you're Vegas, but it's still solid and kind of signals that new era. I think you wish that you maybe traded away Max Crosby last year, 2 years ago. You got 2 first-round picks for him, kind of like what Micah Parsons went to the to the Green Bay Packers. I'd probably do this if I were Chicago. It's a little bit risky, but I do think Max Crosby would show up, and I think just him being on a playoff team, like I just want to see Max Crosby in meaningful playoff games. Yeah, I'm all on board about that trade. I think, like, if I'm going to these ideas, I think honestly both teams would do this in a way. Maybe the Cardinals are more skeptical about it, but I think both teams will do it. I think the Raiders would maybe be a little hesitant, but I think the Bears would say yes to this deal. going forward. So next up, we have an idea of the Browns shoring up their offensive line. So they got some offensive line free agents this offseason. Walker Little and a 2027 7th rounder for a 2026 5th round pick. Honestly, for the Browns, why not in a way? I mean, the Jaguars are an interesting team this offseason as well, given that they don't have the most money to spend, but this is James Gladstone's second year at the helm. They were obviously a good team last year. Travis Hunter might be full-time corner now, which is making the trade up look a little bit head-scratching because the Browns actually own Jacksonville's first-round pick at number 24. Honestly, though, I think the Browns could be in the target or kind of be in the range for an offensive lineman at number 6. It could be a Francis Mainoa. If he falls, it could be a Spencer Fannell as well. So I do like the idea of them just adding another depth offensive tackle. You can definitely use it. I don't care if your quarterback is Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders next year. You want to shore up that offensive line to also help develop Quinshon Judkins behind that offensive line going forward as well. We'll move on here. We got the Bills okay. We have two teams that met in the playoffs last year. The Jaguars are trading Brian Thomas Jr. and a 2026 5th rounder for Keon Coleman. Yeah, and a 2026 first rounder. So Keon Coleman being in this trade kind of reminds me of the Adonai Mitchell part of being in the Sauce Gardner trade, where it's like, you know what, if we're giving you Brian Thomas Jr. for your first round pick, we just want to take the upside swing on Keon Coleman. Maybe we think under Liam Cohen and Greg Udinski next year, he can really kind of revive his career a little bit, or at least be a solid low-end wide receiver 2 or something like that. Because if you trade Brian Thomas Jr. and you get back into the first round and they end up with a Denzel Boston or a Casey Conception, or they take somebody in the second round, but you have Jacoby Myers, who they extended, you would have Parker Washington, who I'm super high on. Maybe we're not fully done with Travis Hunter, wide receiver. Maybe there's some gadget packages or third down sets that they can use him out there. I think they should. I mean, honestly, it's crazy because Brian Thomas Jr. was arguably the best wide receiver from the 2024 draft class. It was probably Malik Neighbors, and then it was BTJ, who was better than Martin Harrison. Damn. It's like a fall from grace for Brian Thomas Jr., unfortunately. But if you can still salvage a first-round pick for him, I think you got to take it. Because if BTJ replicates what he did in 2025, or in 2026, as he did in 2025, you might be lucky to get a high-end third rounder for him. So this might be the highest his value will be at again. But for Buffalo, you think you're buying low on BTJ, and you think you can still get out of BTJ what he did last season under Josh Allen and get him that freakish wide receiver 1 athlete. I mean, I don't hate this trade for either team. I think this is actually something James Gladstone would probably do. You can get back in the first round. Maybe you take a receiver, or maybe you think under Liam Cohen. Honestly, we can make a lot of different guys work out there. And we're super high on Parker Washington as a high-end wide receiver 2, and Jacoby Myers as a high-end wide receiver 2, and we are fine with that, and we can really still get a top 12 offense.
Oh, wow. I just got a legendary point.
Strange breakout as well. We'll see who the running back's going to be. Is it going to be Etienne if he comes back, or Bashal Tuden? I mean, I don't hate this. I mean, the Bills are not getting Jalen Waddle for a first rounder. I'd rather have Waddle than Brian Thomas Jr., but BTJ, if you pick up his 5th-year option, has 3 more years under this contract. You'd give up pick 26. Oh, it's a juicy one. It's definitely a spicy trade idea. I wonder if that's one I would come up with as well. Because I'm probably going to have some type of Brian Thomas Jr. trade. I would have reacting to ESPN articles, and then this thing just comes up at one point as well throughout this. So the next trade is the Colts save on the cap. Panthers jumpstart their offense. Whoa. Michael Pittman and a 2026 7th rounder for Xavier Legette and a 2026 5th rounder. What? I mean, I know Pittman wasn't great last year, but really? I know he's making a lot of money, and I guess this would allow the Colts to bring back Daniel Jones, and they would probably bring back Alec Pierce as well. And you're viewing Alec Pierce as your wide receiver 1, and you'd have Josh Downs as your 2 or 3. You don't have a first-round pick. I mean, could we get Jalen Coker out of this? But maybe Carolina's we'd rather have Jalen Coker for
I just wanted to
1/20th of what Michael Pittman is making next year. And then they swap basically a 7th and a 5th. Is Pittman's value that low? It's kind of mind-blowing to me, honestly. I mean, yeah, Legette is worth, I don't know. I don't even know if he's worth a 7th-round swap at this point. He's been really disappointing in Carolina. But hey, maybe you take an upside swing on Legette, and maybe you think with Daniel Jones or whoever your quarterback is next year, you can at least get high-end wide receiver 3 production out of him. That's kind of what you need if you bring back Pierce as your wide receiver 1. You have Downs, and obviously you have Tyler Warren and Jonathan Taylor. You have plenty of playmakers where Pittman isn't super needed. It just feels not the greatest return in the world, and I wouldn't mind seeing Pittman. I mean, in Carolina's fun because then you have Pittman, you have Ted, and you have Coker. Those are 3 viable options for Bryce Young and then go draft Kenyon Sneak, and now we have a really fun offense there in Carolina. Okay.
God.
I mean, I would do this if I were Carolina. Honestly, like, Pittman's contract extension won't overlap too much. Yeah, like Pittman's making $22 million on the final year of the extension. It's not going to overlap if you actually pay Bryce Young at the end of this year. They picked up the 5th-year option, so Bryce Young does have another year for that option anyway. So you have some financial wiggle room, and if the value's that low, oh yeah, I'm doing this if I'm Carolina. Yeah, we're getting Dave Canales, another offensive weapon. I get why you do this if you're Indianapolis, because now you can bring back Jones on whatever deal you want. You bring back Alec Pierce. You move up a little bit in the NFL draft. Maybe you take a flyer on Xavier Legette. Maybe you want like a 4th. Can you get a 3rd rounder out of it? Yeah, it's tough because Pittman in like fantasy, like solid player, right? Like, but we have to think about his contract, his cap hit, and what he's gonna be able to do for you on the football field. I don't know. It just feels like the culture's selling low on Pittman, which is unfortunate because he was so good 2 years ago, and like last year, so good 3 years ago. I guess last year was kind of tough with Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco, and then of course that was the year I had in fantasy, and then like this past season he was better. But I guess if you're really viewing out here, say like this guy's going to be a top 12 receiver in the league or top 15 receiver, let's give him a bag. Okay, we have the Minnesota Vikings acquiring Mac Jones and a 3rd-round pick in 27. The 49ers get a 2026 second-round pick from the Vikings, which right now is slated in at 49. 2027 5th-rounder conditional and 2028 3rd-rounder conditional. I assume this is something on snaps for Mac Jones. I wonder what he kind of lists as here, if he does have that in a way. In this deal, the 49ers get a 2nd-rounder. This would be if Mac Jones starts 4 games, that's all he's got to start, okay? And then if Jones starts 12, it gets bumped up to a 3rd-rounder. And then if Jones re-signs with the Vikings, that actually would land them another 3rd-round pick. I mean, I saw that the Niners would not move Mac Jones this offseason, and they really like him as a backup. And I agree, Mac Jones is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. We saw how important he was for Kyle Shanahan when Brock Purdy got hurt. But if somebody comes to you with a 2nd-rounder pick 49, then you can add a corner, you can add an offensive lineman, you can add maybe another receiver for Brock Purdy, plus you get maybe another conditional pick as well. Not the worst thing in the world. Like, could we land 2 additional 3rds and a 2nd for somebody that's probably going to leave us at the end of the year anyway? Like, if you think Mac Jones can win you the Super Bowl, right? Like, so you have to think that you can win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, which I'm sure they do. They're paying him a lot of money, and it's still a good team. You have to think that if Brock Purdy goes down, Mac Jones can also win you the Super Bowl. Because if you think Mac Jones has like a limited ceiling, which I think he does at least next year, I mean, you never know. It's tough to really justify keeping him because you're going to get nothing for him at the end of the year, and you're not re-signing Mac Jones at the end of the 2026 season unless, I don't know, you trade Brock Purdy. But now we're just thinking of a whole different scenario for San Fran. I mean, I would do this. I know this hurts a lot, but Kyle Shanahan gets so much out of quarterbacks that I think the difference between Mac Jones and somebody they took on day 3 or some like quarterback like Will Levis, right? I think it's not that big of a difference where you can land a top 50 pick and then potentially more draft capital down the line as well. I'm 100% doing this if I'm if I'm San Fran. I mean, I guess Minnesota's also getting a 2027 3rd out of this as well. So you're giving up a 2027 3rd. I mean, that one gets a little interesting. I know there's some conditional parts of it. I mean, I'm probably doing this if I'm both teams, honestly, because I'm really scared about McCarthy. Obviously, a cheaper option would just be giving Kirk Cousins a 1-year deal. But Mac Jones is a lot younger than Kirk Cousins. So at least gives you maybe a franchise guy for O'Connell if McCarthy really doesn't work out. And I'm scared because McCarthy has a lot of pressure. It's not like he's like in a Bryce Young situation where they can just be bad and he can kind of go through the growing pains. No, they're expecting McCarthy to help them win next year. So for the Steelers here, my Steelers, a 2026 3rd-rounder and a 2027 3rd-round conditional pick for Tanner McKee. I'm good, I think. I mean, I know McKee's looks solid. I mean, he didn't look great in week 18 this year, but he looked really good in 2024 when I think Hurts either got hurt or they just kind of already had their spot locked up in the NFC. He was excellent in the preseason. Kenny Pickett's been excellent in the preseason. I do think McKee could be a fine enough quarterback in this league. I just want to see what the conditional is. I feel like he might a conditional 3rd-round pick if he makes at least 8 starts and or starts a playoff game for the Steelers in the 26th season. Nice. So he doesn't play at all, and then Aaron Rodgers gets hurt week 18 or week 17 at the end. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't really think I'm doing this on Pittsburgh. I mean, the Steelers' 2026 3rd-rounder, I assume that's theirs. They also own the Cowboys' 3rd-rounder from the Pickens trade. So this would be pick 85. I mean, I guess I'd rather have Tanner McKee than anybody you would draft to pick 85 because it's not the greatest quarterback draft in the world. Like, Mendoza is probably off the board at 1. Simpson's probably off the board in the top 45. So you got to either take him in the first round or trade back up for him. Trinidad Chambliss is going back to school. Chambliss. Beck, Nussmeier, Aller. Like, yeah, I'd rather have Tanner McKee over those guys as well. But I think I'd also rather look at maybe some other cheaper options this offseason than Tanner McKee. I really wonder who the Steelers quarterback is going to be next year if it's not Aaron Rodgers. As a Steelers fan, I hope it's not Aaron Rodgers. I'd rather Will Howard go 3-14 next year than see Aaron Rodgers bring this team to 9-8 and pick 20 again next year and lose in the first round or get eliminated from the playoffs in week 17 or 18. I don't really like this trade. And the last time the Eagles got a conditional pick for a quarterback was Wentz, and I think that turned into there was like a revolving door. I don't know if it was Jordan Davis exactly, or they were able to use it to get Jalen Carter. I don't know. There was something kind of crazy to that. So next up we have the Broncos. Whoa, trading for A.J. Brown. Oh, we're just trying to get the exciting whites, another white in that secondary. I know Green Blankenship's a free agent, but you get Riley Moss, who had a down 2025, a 2026 second rounder from the Denver Broncos. So right now, I mean, that is like later in the second round. That's at pick 62. And a 2027 fifth rounder for A.J. Brown and a 2026 fifth. Yeah, like I wonder what A.J. Brown's going to go for. I mean, if you're the Eagles, could you get pick 30? But I guess you're getting a corner and a second rounder out of this and a fifth for a sixth spot. I think if I'm trading A.J. Brown, who I still think could be a top 5 receiver in this league, like he still has at least one more top 5 receiver season. I think I'm asking for like pick 30 from the Denver Broncos in a way, or I'm asking for like a second and a fourth. So yeah, then it would be a 26 fifth rounder for a 27 fifth rounder. I mean, I like this for the Denver Broncos. So now we have like Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, Cortland Sutton, and A.J. Brown. I mean, hell yeah, I would love to see. I don't know how A.J. Brown would feel about playing with Bo Nix, and like how does Cortland Sutton feel about becoming the number 2? I'm sure he's fine with that. Like he wants to win a Super Bowl in Denver. He's been through some really bad quarterback play in his career. Now he's got Bo Nix in the helm. So I think the Broncos would actually say yes to this. I honestly don't think the Eagles sell A.J. Brown if it's not started with the first, or it's like a second and a third. And I just don't
Oh
think
my
Brown
God,
was
I
good enough last
hate
year to
this.
justify this trade at all. But I do like the idea of A.J. Brown in Denver. So next up for the Ravens and Giants, we have John Harbaugh making a trade
Bro,
with
why
his
is
team.
it
The Ravens are getting Kayvon Thibodeau for a 26th fourth round pick. Now the Giants do have Carter and Brian Burns mainly as their edge rushers next year. Kayvon is on the 5th-year option this year, so he's most likely going to be his final year as a Giant. I can't see them paying Kayvon after having like a dual Carter with pick 3 and Brian Burns on that long-term deal. Honestly, this is a pretty good trade for the New York Giants as well. I feel like they'd be a team that could just look to add more draft capital. They have 5, 37. They have only one fourth rounder. They don't have a third rounder as well. I assume that was from the Jackson Dart trade last year. So, honestly, you pick up another day 3 pick. I think it's worth it for the Giants. I just don't think it's worth having Kayvon on your team because you're probably not going to tag him a year from now. And this might be the best value you get. As for the Ravens, you definitely need to get younger on that defensive line. Like how many more years does Kyle Van Noy have? And who knows, maybe Kayvon can kind of tap in to that top 10 pick he was back in 2022. And honestly, a guy we thought could be the number 1 overall pick up until like the end of the college season. Like, I thought he was going to go number 1. It was him or Aiden Hutchinson, to be honest with you, in that 2022 draft. Next up, we have the Denver Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, addressing their lackluster defense. Kenny Clark had a 7th rounder for a 6th round swap. I mean, yeah, the Bengals, it's funny, like the Bengals and Cowboys making a trade because both these teams had the worst defenses last year. And the Bengals actually sent Logan Wilson to the Dallas Cowboys late in the year. And yeah, this makes a lot of sense for the Dallas Cowboys to shed a little bit of money by trading Kenny Clark. I know he was in the Micah Parsons deal, but they have Quentin Williams now. So I think it makes a lot of sense for them to maybe save a little money there. Maybe you can allocate that money to, I don't know, George Pickens in a way this offseason, another corner since Bland and Diggs are no longer there. And this secondary is rough. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do in the draft. Like, could they take Sonny Styles at 12 if he's not there? Could they end up going with an edge rusher? Do they take a Jamal McCord, Mansour Dwayne if he's even there? I don't think you're able to swap like 10 for 12 for Kenny Clark. I think that's way too valuable. And he's really not that good anymore, like that good. So honestly, I'm all for it.
Oh my
Cowboys
God.
can take money, and the Bengals can just add bodies on that defensive side of the field. So is that the last trade? No, we have another one. So this is a popular trade this offseason.
Blazers.
Trent McDuffie and a 2026 fifth rounder for a 2026 first rounder. I assume this is going to be from the.
Bro, why does everyone have snipers?
With the Rams excuse me, so it's pick 29, which I
Bro.
think the Chiefs could definitely use. They could look to take, I don't know at that point. Maybe they take an interior offensive lineman. I don't know if there's going to be a good receiver there, but they could look for another edge rusher. Like, could they end up with a Key Mesidor? Could they end up with like an Anthony Hill linebacker? Could they end up with, I don't know, Brandon Cisse, a corner from South Carolina? Maybe they end up with like a Colton Hood, a corner from Tennessee, and now you're getting like a lot cheaper of a corner because you got to get McDuffie soon. Now the Rams have cap space, and the Rams' downfall is kind of the secondary, more so the corners in the playoffs. They have a very good front seven, so you can go out and get Trent McDuffie. You think could be that elite
Oh my God.
going forward, and you have 2 first-round picks. You keep that first rounder that you owe from the Falcons. So what if they end up taking
God,
bro. Lane or Jamon McCoy or Caleb Downs at 13, and we're adding Trent McDuffie for basically the 29 overall pick. Sign me up. Like, this is your window.
No, oh my God, bro.
If you're ever going to get a quarterback as good as Matthew Stafford is right now, ever again, to be honest with you. Like, Stafford just won MVP. They might not have another MVP quarterback in the Sean McVay era. Try to maximize this window. I like it a lot. The Chiefs need to shed money this offseason. McDuffie's not a free agent now, but he will be next year. So it makes sense to get ahead of the market. You can get a cheaper, younger corner. And now this could justify you maybe taking a corner at 9, right? You take Delane or McCoy at 9, especially if Bale or Bain is not there. And then you can take maybe an edge rusher at 29 because this is a deeper edge rusher or edge class in general. So those are all the trades that ESPN proposed. I liked a bunch of them. I think I'm going to come up with 15 of my own for the 2026 offseason next week.
The Obama presidential center is going to have global interest. It'll really shine.
I can get which one I want.
I love a Louis knockoff snacks, and I'm about to try all of them. Nowadays, people like to copy everything, whether it's games, books, or even soap. Doesn't everyone use games? But snacks are no exception, which is why I'm going to be ranking all of them, starting with Grand Cheetahs. They literally look identical. They came out 30 years after Doritos, but to be honest with you, they actually look pretty good. They're the same amount of calories and everything. How is this even legal? But at the end of the day, the only thing I really care about is the taste. Those are interesting. And the only difference I see is that they're not all these snacks.
Oops.
And I'm about to test all of them. You see, snacks are a very important part of taste. Those are interesting. And the only difference I see is that they're nacho cheese, but with jalapeno. Oh, what in the world? I'm so beyond confused. So to be honest with you,
You know what? We should get Pop-Tarts, bro. Pop-Tarts are so good. Oh my God. Imagine this. You get 3 Pop-Tarts, and then you put like 3 different Pop-Tarts, right, guys? And then you add one on the bottom, and then another, like a different one, and then another one, and then you have a Pop-Tart sandwich, and then you eat that for breakfast, like every single day. I feel like I'd be living the life. I'd be living the life if that ever happens, though. I'm gonna land Lucky Landing. Bro, if I had more heals on me, I would have won that. I could have popped some minis or something like that. I popped them for 131. He was like 1 tap. If I built the wall and then I edited it and then I shot him, he would have been dead. Like, he would have been smoked, bro. He would have been super dead. I like landing go over here, you know. Like, sometimes this can be like the best landing spot for some people. Dang. Beam that dude. Oh, wow. I don't think this dude has a weapon. Oh, yeah, never mind, he does. Got him at least. I'm not gonna make it to full shield. Dang it. Okay, that's trash, bro. That's so trash. Lucky Landing was very lucky for me because we have a purple gun. And it's a scoped gun, so it's technically like a sniper. Bro, why did they both have snipers though? I feel like if they did not have snipers, I would have like bodied them so badly. Oh my god. Calm down, buddy. I don't know where he went though. Oh, he went in here. Oh my god. I have no shotgun. Ow, bro. Oh my god. I don't have anything. I don't have a shotgun. Like, bro, like, what am I supposed to do with no shotgun? Screw you, Lucky Landing. Screw you. Hold on, let me text my girlfriend real quick. Why did I go to like music? Oops, I did not mean to do that. Hmm. I don't want to land like where everybody else lands because I know I'm gonna die. All right, let's just land Tomato Temple. Hopefully, no one lands over here, please.
Want to create your personal AI agent? AI agents that simplify certain tasks in ways.
Shut up.
Damn, I look clean as hell in blue. Anything we do is clean. We the best fusion, hands down. Oh, God, we are. And everybody used to think the same thing until Dragon Ball Super Broly came out and everybody started sucking off Gogeta. Overrated ass. And if I ever see dude, I'ma show him what's up, too.
Here.
You fellas had something to say? Get this off-brand knockoff bitch out my face right now. Out here blowing confetti blast little nigga shimmer on like you fine. Leave that clown shit to Vegito. You want to talk about clown shit? I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am the one who will destroy you. Shut your corny ass up. That line that Chichi and Boomer wet, bitch. How about I wet the ground with your blood? Nah, bro, you did not have to do roll like that. That man wasn't even evil. Hey, man, it was either him or her.
Bro, what am I supposed to do if I'm low? There's no you.
See, you got the job done. Unlike a certain non-canon wannabe. Hey, what I tell you about talking?
I'm here.
So we throwing hands or what? You don't want that. Chill out. Nobody is scared of your non-canon nightmare. Here we go with the non-canon stuff again. At least I got an original design, you dumbass recolor. You just mad because I exist and you don't. Go get your own movie and come talk to me. Oh, I don't exist? How about I make sure you don't either? I am the ultimate fusion. Maybe if you could actually pick up a W, I'd believe you. You old heads talking about the best fusion? You should be talking about the Mac Daddy of Justice. Speaking of dudes who never take any W's, Guitar Fusion is just better than y'all zesty-ass dance. Get over it. Zesty? Y'all gotta bump each other's meat to fuse. What you talking about, Zesty? All right, boys. I think we know who the best fusion really is. All right, Vegito. You want to try and sneak me again? You should have waited your turn. You're not even in Dragon Ball Z. I'm the best fusion. I don't have to wait for anybody. The best fusion? Who starred in Dragon Ball Super Broly? The best Dragon Ball movie of all time. Don't forget about the Mac Daddy of Justice. You just comic relief now. Shut your ass up. Silence, mortals. My fusion is the best because it is divine. It is beautiful. It is serene. It is uncorrupted by the sins of... So we can't even get 5 minutes of screen time in Super, but Gogeta gets the star in his own movie. That was 30 years ago. My point is you're going to give us a bigger role so we can show these fans who really runs this fusion shit. GT has no Gotenks or Vegito, then I'm the best with zero competition. Hey, what do you mean? I was pretty cool. Ooh, confused with the most OP villain in Dragon Ball Z and got trained by the main character and still got no dubs. Yeah, you're right. Wait, why do I feel like we're missing somebody?
Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17.
Okay, give me everything.
Wow, they're really going at it. Who do you think's gonna win? It's a prince versus a clown. The answer should be obvious. Okay, Vegeta. Wait, why did they stop fighting? What the hell? When did y'all learn fusion? We've been training together for weeks. This whole fight was just an excuse to get you two old heads together so we can beat Charles' ass. I thought you didn't even know each other. If you can't figure it out on your own, we were lying, you idiot. As if you Rugrats are even ready to fight the Prince of All Saiyans. You better run home, little boy. That's exactly what I expect to hear from two old, washed up, past their prime punk bitches. Who's a bitch? So the senior citizens finally decided to fight. Well, bring it on, old man. An arrogant little brat that likes to talk shit. Just like Gotenks. Don't compare anyone with us. We're the strongest fighter in history. It's time to put you into a retirement home. Your chances of beating me are about as good as Krillin's. This is your last warning, little boy. You're gonna have to shut us up by force. Now bring it on! So we finally get our growth spurt. We finally get our moment on the big screen. And this is what you do.
Oh my god.
Hey, I would not want to hear it, you roly-poly, diabetic, Lizzo, Bill, baby hippo-looking bastard.
Oh my god.
Out of retirement, let him be a full-time scholar. I don't care what Dragon Ball fans want. They hate me anyway. I thought we were done with this Resurrection F. Now my beautiful little boy is a beast. Oh, really? So these are Goku and Vegeta's kids? They don't look so tough. At least we earned our power. We don't gotta tingle our backs in Universe 7. Didn't Goku go Super Saiyan because his mom kicked him? Didn't you turn into Brolisha by crying like a bitch? Watch how you talk to my sister, because Kappa could whoop your little ass. Hey, nobody worried about Kappa's scrawny ass. I would do him the same way Goku did y'all at the tournament. Oh, you mean when my dad hit them so hard that he replayed 3 different times? Talk your shit now. So what? I'm supposed to be impressed because you can shave your eyebrows? Nah, you're impressed because I went Super Saiyan 3 and you couldn't, ho. And why are you talking about hoes like you did any with that fat-ass forehead? Nobody cares about Super Saiyan 3. You cared enough to beg one of my dads to teach you when you got your ass beat for it. Shit, in the manga, he didn't even have to do nothing. Go on, Hikaguchi. Bro, did you even appear in Super outside of being Copy Vegeta's bitch? How about you go get some screen time with me? You talking real big for someone who got erased in the tournament and needed Universe 7 to bail their ass out. You out, bitch. At least I got invited to the tournament, y'all chug. Okay, what's your motherfucking problem? Yeah, what's out there right here? Go ahead, do something. Say good stuff. I'm right here, bitch. I'm right here, man. What's up, bitch? I've had it with your smart-ass mouth. You're done. Shut your ass up and take this L, little boy. Stop right there. Two fusions can't do battle with each other. The power scalers will lose their mind.
nerds on the internet that like to brag about how strong I am?
That's exactly who I mean. Why do you think
Oh my
Vegeta have been at each other's
God.
throats for so long? They act like two legends can't coexist.
I'm not coexisting with her. Now get out of the way and stop interrupting the fight before I beat your ass first. And I'm gonna help him so we can get back to our fight quicker.
You little bastards must have lost your damn mind. I agree. I think we should remind them who runs this shit. Are you sure that you're ready to team up with me? Yes, we can focus on our own rivalry later. Let's show these kids what's up.
All right, Gotenks, pay close attention to what I do to them, because you're next.
Okay, bitches first.
We'll see who the bitch is when I whoop every man here. Hurry up and transform.
For y'all? No.
Arrogant bastard. You're gonna regret saying that. Here I come. Congrats, you can beat up a little girl. Why don't you come do that to the Mac Daddy of Justice?
So, when are you going to stop playing these games and put us in the show? Those were movies and we were only in them for a couple minutes. I need an entire arc to flex on Vegito. We're Saiyans. Competing is in our nature. You wouldn't understand that because you're just the nerd who draws us.
If you're ready to finish your divorce so that you can move
Huh?
on, mediation
Ah, what
is a great
are you talking about?
My favorite is Castle. Man, get out my face with that, you horny old bat. So are you two wimps gonna teach us Super Saiyan 4 or not?
I already said no, and I don't like to repeat myself. Get out of my face. Come on, Vegeta. Think of how strong they become if we top them. We have 2 new sparring partners. I don't give a damn. They're not worth my time. Maybe if it was Kaba, I would, but...
Okay, how about this? Our fusion against your fusion, and if we win, then you have to teach us. Unless the Prince of All Foreheads is too much of a bitch.
Who's a bitch?
Wow, so this is what a fused Super Saiyan 4 looks like? Badass.
Don't tell me you're having second thoughts. This was your idea.
Of course I'm not having second thoughts. I'm gonna whoop your ass right now so I can learn to do that too.
We didn't even need to fuse to beat your ass. This is basically just bullying at this point.
Boy, this is big, Kefla. I've never been bullied in my life. Come through your worst, Ariana Grande. You think that you're real funny making me fat in a superhero movie. I can be more than just comic relief. Yeah, it would have been a lot more fun if I was actually me instead of a baby hippo. Can I get one serious fight, please? You stupid old man, you hate our generation. That's why you hold me and Gohan in the Boo Saga, and you only ever focus on our dads. That's why Oda's a better writer than you.
I'll beat your ass.
Salt licorice is good. These are the grossest snacks in the world, and I want to try all of them. Some things just shouldn't exist. The Cybertruck, Starbucks olive oil coffee, and these dang stickers. Why can't they just peel off? And these snacks are no exception, which is why I'm about to rank all of them, starting with pickle cotton candy. This is the first item. Oh no. Oh, the aftertaste. Oh my god, it's cotton candy, so it's sugary. The aftertaste is dill pickle, but it's kind of good. Here. And that reminds me, all the foods in this video will be competing against each other. And the best of the bunch will be crowned the sugar sister. I thought it would left the tongue nice, I'm sorry. Which means pickle cotton candy takes the lead. Next up, burger in a tube. Supposedly this is Russia's space food, but I don't know about this one. All the text on this package is in Russian. I mean, the ingredients could say poison. Yeah, I would have no idea. But hey, at least it's vegan. Alright, why are we doing this? Well, there says, very much an acquired taste. Nothing shocking. Would buy it in 5 stars. Who's acquiring a taste for liquefied burger? Let's crack it open. Oh, right. water, mash it up, and put it in a tube. Would not recommend. But before I give it a rating, what would a burger be without French fries and chicken nuggets? French fries, not bad. My stomach's gonna be going real weird after this video. If I were in the apocalypse and it were these or death, I think I would choose death. D tier. But you know what? And coffee sounds a little bit more promising. Foods that literally have banned in it. Absolutely. So one cup of coffee has about 100 milligrams of caffeine. Your daily limit of caffeine is 400, meaning you can drink 4 cups of coffee in a day. Banned coffee has 1,100 milligrams of caffeine in 12 ounces. That is 30 times your daily limit. 1 cup. Your blood is caffeinated. 24 hours of work in just 30 minutes feels adorable and childlike. I'll only take you 1 sip. 1 sip. Because I might go to the hospital if I drink too much.
I'm chilling right now! Oh my god. Stupid internet. Getting in my way.
The entire room smells like coffee. The window's open. If I do go to the hospital because of this, I am absolutely silly. This might be one of the best coffees I've ever had. I can't have this in my house, which means it, unfortunately, takes the lead. Next up, Scorpion Lollipops. Whose idea was this? One. Just one. I'd eat it. Why am I doing this to myself? G. Fisher says, Katie made my kids sick. One star. I wonder why. Maybe because you're feeding them scorpions. I'm gonna do blueberry. You know, it sounds good. Maybe it'll cover up the scorpion flavor. Who knows? Why is this just setting in? It looks like candy, so it feels innocent, but that's a real scorpion that I'm about to eat. Tastes pretty good. Alright, you know what? I'll put it up easier. I don't want me to actually take a bite of the scorpion. You guys are sick and twisted. You guys are twisted. But I knew I'd let you guys down if I didn't eat the whole scorpion. So, as you can see, there's some scorpion. That piece right there is the bar. And you know what? I know what you want to see. I'm not letting you down. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to just send full on piece. Full chunk right there. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. Gotta heal up real quick.
D-tier. Yeah, that one's not winning any awards. But maybe this next one will. Pumpkin spice spam. What's not to love about this? It's only expired. It's expired? You know, normally I would say this is disgusting. But after the last item, it doesn't even feel like a problem anymore. This one I bought off of eBay. So there's no reviews on it. But I did spend $100 on it. I know, it was stupid. But for the video, and I hate to break it to you, but if you think I'm stupid now, wait till you see how much I spent on the last one. Just add diced spam pumpkin spice to waffles with cream? Nobody's doing that.
Oh my god, I just flipped that.
Pumpkin spice spam, so yummy. Oh yeah, yum. Oh yeah, yum. Oh yeah, yum. I hate my job sometimes. I hate my job.
Oh! I can double pump! Oh my god. Die. Everyone! Move out my way, worm! Move out my way, you worm!
Every single week, including Gourmet Plus, Keto, Calorie Smart, and Vegan and Veggie.
Everyone here's worm in my world. So wait for my arrival, worms! Oh, you trying to die.
kitchen. So keep your plans and turn.
Who's shooting at me,
They
huh?
deliver fresh, nutritious, chef.
Who wants the bad night?
Head to factor75.com and use code FALCON50 at checkout. 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next.
You are dead.
Factor75.com for 50% off your first Factor box, 20% off of your next month of orders. Honestly, I'm gonna eat this before we get back to the gross items. So that brings us to
Pop them all.
Get out of my. Tastes like cheese. Michelle says.
Get out
Not
of
sure
here.
what flavor it's supposed to be, but mostly tastes like plastic. One star. That's nice. They're like bright orange. What the heck? If this smells like cheese, I'm done. I quit. No, it doesn't. Okay, it's still weird, but it's not as bad.
Oh my god. Well, hold on. Wait, this actually heals
It's
you.
just like the gummy Krabby Patties. I just think it's disturbing that it looks like Kraft mac and cheese. Like, it tastes okay, but it's just unsettling. C tier.
Up in our face, we're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down.
Signed mac and cheese Kraft gummies. Comment, please do not give me the mac and cheese gummies. And as for the last giveaway, these are the winners.
I thought 14 players were alive, and then I had like 5 kills. I was like, what?
Basically, I've heard Americans hate it, Australians love it. It probably doesn't deserve to be in this video, but I just wanted an excuse to try it. Anthony says, as an Australian living overseas and in desperate need of Vegemite, Amazon rates it 5 stars. But Rachel, on the other hand, says it tastes awful. 1 star. To give it the best chance possible, I'm eating it the correct way, or at least what I think is the correct way. I'm putting out a piece of toast.
I have become straight bitch self. My full power has been awakened. Boy, you want my full power? You want my full power? My full power, boy. My full power is rising.
I'm putting out a piece of toast.
Get out of here, boy.
Oh, wow. Okay. I wanted to like it so bad. I really did. I really wanted to like it. It started off tasting like butter. Then it turns into this, like, I don't even know, burnt flavor. I don't want to put it at D because I don't want to offend people. So it's going in the C tier.
Buddy, why would you come back? You know you're dead now, boy. No! Oh my god, I'm landing back down there.
Oh, buffalo wings. Sweet corn.
Oh yes, you're turkey.
Oh god, bacon.
Yes! Oh my god! Give me this.
Okay, don't like really bad. Straight to D. I'm sorry. Next up, Sour Patch Kids cereal.
Oh my god. No! Oh my god, bro.
So they're almost 4 years expired. That's the worst that could happen. Okay, they smell
You
sour.
stupid
I'm
bum.
interested in this one. Why would I want sour milk? We have a few more items left, but this one's probably the one I'm most afraid of. A 1,000.
Oh my god, bro, I hate you.
Originated from the certified flock by Taiwan official. They expire next year. They're 1,000 years old already. 1 more year is gonna kill it? How bad is this gonna smell? Because that's my real concern. Is my house gonna smell like rotten eggs for the next week? Lindsay says these were so yummy and such a fun new experience eating. My kids were surprised how creamy they were. I'm not sorry. Why are the eggs creamy? I'm sorry, but this color is really off-putting. Do I want to smell it? Yeah, that's rank. This smells like an aquarium. I think that is the only word I have to say for you to understand exactly what I'm smelling right now. I think that's it. And look at the color of this thing. I didn't even know this was possible. 3, 2, 1. Honestly, this isn't bad at all. I'll put it at B tier, but I'm not convinced salt licorice is going to be so good. They don't sound great, but I'm excited. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. I know that it's salty, but I don't know how salty. Fairly joking.
I'm ending this. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, buddy.